Many beginners think that they need the most expensive equipment or the biggest tools, the most latest tools, the most expensive sewing machines to get started, but it's quite the opposite in my opinion. I think that fashion as an industry has one of the most affordable tools that you can get. Yes, we have pretty expensive stuff. We have industrial stuff, but for a complete beginner, you can get affordable and little things that makes your fashion, your fashion studio or the corner where you put your fashion things, your sewing machine makes it a beautiful studio and makes it come together. So today we are going to be talking about essential tools for fashion, for beginner fashion designers, and we're going to be grouping them into several parts to make it easy for you to understand. As much as I have the tools that I have on ground available here, I'm going to be showing you life in 3D so you can see it. Is that okay? So let's get right into the lesson. Welcome to lesson 2, module 2, and we are going gradually. By module 3, we're already going to start drafting our pattern. So I hope you're getting your pattern papers ready, your pencils, your pen, and all other tools that you're going to be seeing that you need in the for your sewing journey. Are you ready? So before we continue, I would love to talk about the community that I spoke about in the first lesson. And I've gotten a lot of comments, I've gotten a lot of questions about the community. Like I said in the video, this community is for beginners and for all of us to come together and be accountable to each other. All the lessons are going to be going on YouTube right here as you see the videos. The videos are open, is available to everyone. I said it's free and I'm keeping my word that it's free. So it's not going to be closed. It's going to be a course live for you to watch now. Where we take it a step further is in the community where we provide resources, we provide book, we provide feedback so that it doesn't feel like you are doing the journey alone. Okay, you upload, you show us your videos, you take corrections from your peers, from myself, from other tutors, and it's going to be a very beautiful time. It is already a beautiful time. As at the time I'm creating this video, we're going to be having a live session in the next few days for those of us in the community. The community is only going to be open once a month, so the window of 1 week per month, the community is going to be open for every beginner that would like to join the community. So whenever you see this video, you can just check if the community is open and you can join us. We love to have you in the community. So let's get right into our topic for today. We're talking about measuring tools. We're talking about tools that beginners should have, that every designer basically should have. And we're going to be starting from the measuring tools. First off, measuring tape. This is your measuring tape. Measuring tape comes by 60 inches by 60 inches and 150 cm. Or we have long tapes for those people who sew bridal. If you're a beginner, this is what all you need. But for those who sew bridal garments that are huge or long garments, flowing garments, they have 120-inch tape. Yeah, there are tapes that are that long. So the next one we have the transparent ruler. Now the transparent ruler is supposed to look like this, but mine is battered. I got it a few years ago, and it's even broke in half. This is the second half of this ruler and it has served me pretty well. You see it's transparent and it has measurements on it that you can easily access, so it's good for measuring, right? And the next one we have is the hip curve. I don't have a hip curve, but I have a French curve here. So the hip curve looks more sophisticated than this. Obviously it looks way more sophisticated than this, and it is something that you will love to have. The hip curve, okay, this is the hip curve actually. The other one I'm talking about is the armhole curve. The armhole curve is, we have various types of curves in the market, that's in the tailoring market, that would be very helpful to you as a beginner. The tailor's ruler, this is my own tailor's ruler. I know this is not a typical tailor's ruler, but this is what mine looks like. Some people's own is wooden, some people's own comes in different materials, and this is the one I love to use because obviously it lasts. And then we go to the next one, the drafting tools, and we have our pattern paper. I have a lot of pattern paper and they come in small sizes. You can see that I have joined this one here for what I want to achieve. They come in various sizes rather. I've joined this one here because these are the only sizes available in my local market. Let's take a brief measurement of the size that is here. It is, so the size I usually get is 24 inches, 24 inches by 24 inches by 36 inches. I hope that as beginners we already know that 1 yard of material, which is how fabrics are sold basically in my part of the world, is 36 inches. 36 inches equals 1 yard of material. One trouser length of material is equals to 45 inches. So if you go to the market as a beginner, they ask you how many yards, you know that is equals to what? 36 inches. 1 yard is equals to 36 inches. This one is pencils. I have pencils that I use, basically the normal pencil that we have. I use this. I use biros, pens. I use pen. Then we have erasers, of course, erasers. I hope you know what erasers look like. Sharpeners. That is for our pattern drafting. So drafting tool, when we're drafting patterns on the paper, it is extremely useful. Now markers. Oh, I do have a lot of markers because of course I'm teaching. So I have a lot of markers. Now the next one is masking tape. The masking tape. I don't have a masking tape here. I believe we all know what masking tape is. And we have paper weights for when you're pattern drafting and you need to weigh your paper. But you can use the transparent tapes. Maybe you're drafting on the floor or you're drafting on a clear table. You can gum your clear tape to your pattern paper. Now the next one, so we've done the measuring tools, the drafting tools, and the next one is the cutting tools. We have scissors, a basic example of a scissors. My advice for you is that you get different scissors for different tools. So you should have minimum of 3 scissors. One for cutting of paper. The scissors you use to cut paper should be different from the scissors that you use to cut your fabric. So if you can't afford the original scissors, you can get this type. I use this type. I have one scissors dedicated to cutting that I put on the fire for cutting hot, as I use as a hot scissors for cutting fabric that I do not want to fray. I use this kind of scissors for cutting. I have a lot of scissors actually. And if you're working from home, you should be very careful because your family members might think that your scissors is for general use. Do not allow your scissors to be used in the kitchen. Do not allow your scissors to be used to cut little things that will make your scissors blunt or that can spoil your scissors. Okay. Now the next one we have the rotary cutter. I don't have the rotary cutter here, so I can show you. We have the thread snip. A thread snip or a thread cutter is small, is used for cutting your thread neatly after you're done sewing. Now we have the marking tools. So we've done measuring, drafting, cutting, and we have the marking tools. Marking tools, we have the tailor's chalk. The tailor's chalk. This is a perfect example of a tailor's chalk, and this is what mine looks like where I'm from. So you use it to mark your fabrics. This, however, cannot be erased. It's not erasable with heat. I have the ones that are erasable with heat, and I'll show you. So we have the fabric pencil. This is a fabric pencil. This is white color. It comes in several colors. And when you use it to mark your fabric, by the time you iron it, it disappears with heat. So as the soluble pen, this is a pen. This is this is pencil. This is pen. So once you iron it, it's where it goes off. And this purchase is one of the best purchases that I have. I love it so much. So you see, fabric pencil. What else? We have the tracing wheel. So this is a tracing wheel. It's used to once you create a pattern and you want to transfer that pattern on another pattern paper. This is the best option. So we have pins. I hope I don't have to explain what an office pin is. Wonder clips is basically like a mini peg, mini clips, which we use to clip fabrics together. They come in such beautiful colors. I ordered one and I'm planning to get it soon. I don't want to write again. I'm already tired and exhausted and I have to wrap up this video quickly. So for section 5 rather, we have 4 sections here of tools. Now we have the sewing equipment. So as a tool, we have sewing equipment like hand needles. Hand needles comes in various sizes. The ones that are so tiny, I hope you can see this, which has the eye. Very tiny, and they are such like 3 smaller sizes than this, or even much more like 4 smaller sizes than this. And we have bigger sizes than this that we can use. So we have the hand needle, we have machine needles. Machine needles also comes in different sizes and it depends on the type of machine that you are using. The electric machine needles is different from the manual machine needles, so as the industrial machine needles. So we're going to be learning that along the way. But the recommended needle size is between 16 and 18, depending on the fabric that you're sewing. Okay, we have bobbins, okay, and we have pressing iron. I can't show you my pressing iron because it's actually a quite industrial one. So buy based on good recommendation. Don't buy an iron that is so dry that it's going to be burning your outfits. Okay, you don't want that. A pressing clothes, an ironing board. Those are also so. Now for the sixth set of tools, we have dress forms. That's a body form that you can use to fit your clothes, a pattern weight, sleeve board, tailor's ham. It's very important actually for achieving good bustier patterns. A tailor's ham, a bias tape maker. That's very optional. Other tools that I have here that I want to show you, see some of them in my hand. I'm just going to be showing you. This is a covered button. A covered button is you can make it by yourself or you can give someone to make it for you. So you see it comes in different, you can use your own fabric to create your cover buttons. There's a machine, a mini machine for this. Okay, now this is a trouser zip. You see this, see the length of the trouser zip. Okay, and it comes in different colors, and usually we need to take note of the head of the zip so you know the original ones. This is a 1 inch elastic. The reason why we call it a 1 inch elastic because it's literally 1 inch for the width. When you measure it is 1 inch. Okay, there's a 1 inch elastic. I'm going to show you the half-inch elastic. Now this is a long zip for a full outfit. This long zip also comes in 2 lengths. There's 24, there's 28 inches. Okay, so this is a skirt zip. A skirt zip comes in this length. See how short it is, and you can use it instead of having to cut this long one or use a shorter one. This is a bias tape. A bias tape comes like this already made, but you can also create your own bias tape. Okay, it comes in different colors already made. And these are the buttons that I've acquired. I have a lot more buttons, but buttons in different shapes, in different sizes, in different colors that you would also need to get. Don't overbuy buttons because they last really long. Did I mention threads? You need threads in different sizes. Always, when you are getting black and white thread, always get it in the big sizes because those are the colors that you use the most. Okay. The others that I didn't mention, you need these eyelets. Not need, it's optional. You need this bra hook. You need this bra hook rather. This bra hook. You need these press buttons. They are press buttons and they are very, very useful for edges of materials. We'll be working on that later. This is a it is not up to 1/2 inch elastic, but this is the elastic that we used in our previous video. Mine comes in this. You can buy your own in smaller sizes. Okay, these are what you can afford. The last tool for this video, you need a screwdriver because your machine has screws that you would need to be loosening from time to time to check the health of your machine. And last but not the least, you need a lighter. I'm not going to light this just in case of community guidelines. You need a lighter to dull the edges of fabrics, to dull the edges of your bonings and all of that. So I have gone very explicit. If you found this video helpful, if this is the first video you're coming across, I am Mercy, and we are taking an explicit 3 month beginner sewing course. It's nice to meet you. If you've not subscribed yet, please subscribe to this channel. If you've not left a comment, please comment so that this video can be pushed out. If you have a question, leave it in the comments. I would attend to it. But if the question is exclusive, then see you in the community. The community is a subscription-based community of sewists, beginner sewists, and I would love to have you right there in the community. See you guys in the next video. Bye.